We have a panel of speakers who will talk to you about their experiences and actually getting the first paying customers, not just the proof of concept customers, but real customers. So let me introduce you to Srikant, Shastri, who's put this together with the speakers, and I'm hoping this will be a very informative session. Srikant is a seasoned entrepreneur. He's a passionate investor, and he's also mentors startup companies engaged with Thai and Indian Angel Network. He's built 2 ventures and exited. So that's a great experience there. He's currently building Crayon Data, which he's working to make a global big data company. So let's give a big hand to Srikant.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to be here in Bangalore. This is a session where the rubber really hits the road. We've heard about building a great product, raising funding, but this is where one needs to go out and figure out where the action is. We've got 4 entrepreneurs on the panel today, all of whom have done it. The way we've structured the session is we've taken 4 sub-themes, all of which are very interesting. The first sub-theme is, what's the role of the founder in acquiring the first 20 customers? Let's take a quick spot poll. How many people in this room are in B2B businesses? So that's practically 95%. How many of you actually go out and sell yourself? So that's more like 50%. Okay, so that's a good spot poll. So the first sub-theme is role of the founder in getting the first 20 customers. The second sub-theme is, how do you build and leverage a network of relationships in order to go out and sell? That's the second sub-theme. The third sub-theme is, instead of just selling to SMEs, how do you muster up the courage and the capability to go out and get large enterprise customers? That's our sub-theme number 3. And finally, the fourth sub-theme is, what role can partnerships play, SI partnerships, in helping you acquire more customers? So we said we would run through these 4 sub-themes, hopefully very useful to all of you. So we'll have each of our speakers spending 5 minutes on one of these themes. I'm going to first invite Hemant Joshi, the co-founder of Sapiens. Sapiens, as you know, is an employee productivity and time management software. Hemant has done several startups. He personally believes that founders have to go out and sell first. His formula obviously works because his early customers include Zensar, Cummins, Onward Technologies. So Hemant, please come and share your secrets.
So thanks everybody. Just a quick intro. I'm a co-founder of Sapiens Analytics. So Sapiens is an enterprise product which helps employer improve the output from the organization. So we have to sell it to CIOs, we have to sell it to CEOs, we have to sell it to delivery organization. So I'll share some of the experiences and especially the role of founder in getting your first, I would say first 5 customers. Because after 5 customers, a lot of network and a lot of effect can come in, but it is really challenging to acquire first 5 customers. How do I text? Yeah, sure. Curve where you have innovators, we have early adopters, we have early majority and late majority. So founder have to sell in the innovation and early adopters because those who are innovators and early adopters would love to interact with the founders, love to identify what problem they are solving, how they are solving problem, and they take great pride in interacting with the founder. So it's very essential for founders to sell in that curve of the product lifecycle. So I think why founders must sell? Because see, remember, a lot of us are coming from technical background, but we are not here. We are an entrepreneur, so we are here to build a viable business. Okay, it's really cool to develop a product, but ultimately the product has to sell because we are here to build a business and not only develop a product. So it's very important that founders should participate in the sale. And See, and one thing you have to remember, because you have thought about the product, you have thought about the product specification, the target market, whom are you going to sell, what problem you are solving yourself than anybody else. If you cannot articulate the value of the product, who else can articulate that? So how can you expect your sales team to come in and articulate the value of product when you cannot articulate product yourself? So you are in the best position to answer any questions, resolve any issues, make some spot decisions, and take the deal forward. It is very important to do that. And as a startup, there is always a lack of capital. So you cannot afford a good seasoned salesperson. So you don't have a choice. You have to go out and sell. And remember, I think mostly technical people have to keep that in mind. It is about building a viable business. It is not only about building a product. So even technical person, non-technical person, all have to go out and sell. So going to the next slide, what are the advantages of early adopters? So you learn from your initial selling experience. So product features. So let me take an example of Sapiens itself. So we had one very innovative module that really captures the employee productivity data. We also had another module which was doing task management. But when we were selling, we figured out that the task management, there are tons of other products, and our product discussion is unnecessarily going into comparing task management with the project management tool. So how do you get a focus? So we chopped it off immediately in spite of developing it for 3 to 4 months. So we could get our pitch fine-tuned for the exact problem that we are solving. The product positioning. So we had a choice to make the product as enterprise as well as consumer, or enterprise and consumer. But initially we figured out that if you go to the consumer market, it's very different how do you sell the product. It is very different how do you build the product and sell the product in the enterprise. So we figured out that that is the best spot that we should be in, where we are selling to the enterprise. Again, the business models and pricing. I think we had a very good discussion before this on business models and pricing. We started with the cloud only solution, but then we figured out there are some security constraints and other constraints that we have to have on-premise model available to some of the customers where data cannot go out of that. Again, we also were selling license model. We still sell license, but we also figured out that instead of selling a license and take one-time money, it is better to have a revenue predictability and go to the per year subscription model. But remember, when you do that, you take a hit on your revenue. So you have to manage that hit on the revenue when you move from one model to another. But when you are a founder and you are selling, you can fine-tune this very quickly and close the deals at a faster rate. And of course, when you interact with your first customer, there is a great relation that you build with that. People are willing to pay if it is solving the problem, if it is value to them. All 5 customers were paying customers, and not the big part, but they would try. And you need to offer it. Means you can offer a trial period. Ultimately, they are willing to pay if they are getting a value. Yeah, that's all.
How many people have changed their mind earlier? We did the spot poll, 50% of said they were actually. How many people have made their mind that they want to go out and sell now? Raise your hands, please. Please. Now, I'm going to relate one investor to me, credit to Ashish Gupta of Helion. What he told me was that in a startup, the founders have to be like a renaissance salesperson. They have to go sell. The product is not fully formed. You're forming your ideas even when you're talking to a customer. You need that glance in the eye and the conviction to be able to sell it. It's a total contrast from terms of quota salesperson. A quota salesperson is good when you reach a certain degree of maturity. You hire people who know how to call, how to close deals, how to do a customer ecosystem. So I thought that was a big comparison, renaissance salesperson versus quota sales system. Let me ask another question in the room. How many of you have used yesterday and today to order the deal? All customers, right? How many of you have actually found customers in this community? 2, 3, that's not 4. Okay. So our next speaker is someone who
Srikant. Seeing the presentation after I prepared it, I don't know what is the first slide. Can we switch? Even as he is trying to bring my presentation up, I'm going to use this image sketch. So we sell virtual phone numbers to companies in India. The fundamental difference between this virtual phone number and the SIM card in your pocket is that it can receive or make more than one phone call at the same time. Theoretically, it can infinitely. Because finally, the call will finally land on your cell phone, partner's cell phone, and employees across the country. Along with the virtual phone number, we also give tools that represent your sales, marketing, and because it's a 360 degree of voice and SMS requirements, we tend to call Exit a business phone system on the cloud. Now, while I did take 2 minutes pitch, and I also found a bunch of customers the last half day or so in NPC, this actually is very, very important. I hope that the pitch was very relatable, so I talked about something that you have in your pocket. I talked about a phone number which you would relate to, etc. The key things about using the network to be able to do sell is to really get that crispness in that pitch. So I really just said like 3 sentences, and in your mind, if you're thinking, oh wow, that sounds like something that could be, I would keep the job. And so I'm just making it up even as we're getting the PPT up. This started for a very long time. 2 years into my corporate job, they were paying more than what I deserved, I thought. And I knew that this is where my intellectual property should not be used. And so I started attending on, I was a volunteer of NPC 3 years ago, I think, 3 years ago. I used to hang out at all kinds of conferences, RubyCon, this and that, JS Food, non-tech. And of course, like how to use PowerPoint, etc. was very important for me, so I used to attend those kinds of conferences too. And I really those kinds of conferences too. And connect out here. Okay, cool. So I'm going to forget about the presentation. So I was in, yeah. So I was basically saying that I'm connecting the dots backwards. So at that time, I truly cared what people were doing, what they were doing, because I was interested in learning what they were doing. And so really, hey, how are you doing? What do you do? Why are you doing what you're doing? Can I have your business card? And I will take all of it. And I think I have the business card right here that I've connected so far in this presentation. So far. And I will go to my home now. And before I go to sleep, I'm going to go find these guys on LinkedIn. I'm going to add them. I'm going to write this thought. So the link they put something here like to add to my personal network. I'm actually going to put something. I'm going to say this is what I like about you, or this is what I think your product is cool. I say you think I should. I think you should check out Excel. Something like that, and add them, and I will keep it there. And so it turns out that we did have Excel, and I wanted. I started with my LinkedIn, and I would do search Bangalore, MB, small business, and then I would put all these people, and I start mailing them. And many of them would recall, many of them won't recall, but whoever recall, I did get a chance to do 2 things. One, to and validate my idea, and number 2, hopefully also will make customer. So the title here is really about 3 years of startup networking baggage really came of help when I actually did when I actually did my first startup was B2C, so there was nothing really in conferences for me. That happened to be, and some of these contacts actually came to be very helpful for my second startup. So now that you're here, and it looks like there are so many people that should totally go grab as many cards as you can right and start selling. Selling to companies, frankly, I sat and thought about a product. It turns out that most of the people know in the space, startup guys who are my friends, and startups are SMEs. So it turns out my product actually is a SME. So we're not very backward front, if you will, the way the product probably works. About that, yes, that also helped me in. I met a of mine in NPC 3 years ago, this is something that as founders we all engineers, which is to go and pitch to every Tom, Dick, and Bazar. So it makes sense for you to now sort of use this pitching opportunity to references. And this is also one of those tips that I learned from NPC. I actually observed how people are doing this myself. And, you basically say something and at the end of nothing comes out. Really, at least you don't know somebody doing this is relevant, right? Helpful. And if you know the name, you know what they're doing. And hopefully, even if one gets one or two more people references, then that's like an effect, and hopefully you'll get more people and so on and so forth. So this I think as a wasteful network connection. So the customer, or they will tell you somebody whom might be useful. So absolutely talk to everybody. And, I think this is we can go to the next one. So I actually went back to my first 20 customers. I see the button below. I just wanted to quickly glance through, and this is real world data. This is what actually happened. And see here, all the first 20 customers are people whom I personally knew. And all of them happened because I met somewhere. So I think that's really a take from my side for you all to. I think there's one more slide on takeaways. The interesting thing here is to not be stupid. So you don't want to be too irritating. So you need to know where to draw the line. So mostly startup founders are smart people. So if you have it, this is sure you don't cross the boundary of place here.
So you would have heard about these stories about insurance salesmen. Insurance salesmen longer have friends because their friends run away every time the insurance salesman approaches them. What about your friends, Shivku? Do they still remember?
Yeah, no, yes, definitely.
Next speaker, Abhijit Bose, co-founder of an integrated M-Pop company. Abhijit is a strong, we heard about SMEs. Abhijit is a strong believer that startups can and should focus on large enterprises as well. There's nothing to off. He borrowed from his past experiences working at places like Siebel to create a strong enterprise model. We thought it would be particularly useful because startups tend to move actually starting with SMEs and then become the to enterprises.
Thanks. Let me go to the first slide. So I am a librarian. The model we took, at least it works for us, start large enterprises and move down. Easy tap. They turn a mobile handset into an intelligent point of sale with a hardware device, a mobile application, and a back-end platform. Now, we interact with two types of enterprises, actually. We interact with banks. At the end of the day, when you pay the money, stand up somewhere to a bank. Not only are a necessity for us in terms of on the market, they also are a distribution channel, very important in helping us scale. The second type of enterprise we interact with is the end customer. That can be a small restaurant, or it can be a large e-commerce or insurance company. I think one of the interesting things about we're in a sector that's going to gain a lot of popularity in other markets, primarily with companies that sold completely to SMEs. I think the fastest growing companies in the Bay Area actually in our space and focus on SME. We didn't do that. When we went to India, we thought that not only this is technology, this is understanding. We still thought enterprise. EasyTap now has over 3%. 50% of our transactions come from SMEs, so we are in the SMEs. The real question is not how do you sell the enterprise, but you sell the enterprise, what do you do over time? I think that's what I wanted to focus on today. Go to the next slide. So how do you sell the enterprise? Honestly, I don't know if there's a lot of rockets around for a long time. There's a patent, that's a formula. But the couple things that made us go one way versus just trying to copy something that was happening in a market. We talked about networks. I can't obviously getting references are critical important. Whatever you can make sure you have a paying medical references are good. But one of the key things we thought about was in an emerging market, it's hard to get consumer confidence and traction and adoption if you're just going to as much as you don't know when you use some sort of new technology. We felt the value proposition was equally strong for a large specific. However, if you could have a product in terms of e-commerce, FMCG in one place, you pretty much could move across market very easily. That allowed us to position ourselves as a leader in emerging markets such as the Indian company. It makes your market bigger, it makes your ability to sell easier, and it makes your ability to raise funds easier. Finally, you face with very, very tough negotiators, companies like these. They help you very quickly pressure to the proposition, hypothesis, and product viability. So it allows you to quickly go in, also allows you to sell before you build. And obviously you need some sort of working product, but I can't think of it. Sell. I mean, I've never believed in a free prototype, a free pilot. You should be able to can't sell. So it allows you to sell, build, prototype what you're doing, make sure it's flexible, and then also see if people buy it. Then you can actually start being temporary to go down market. Yeah, I think I've talked about all of these, so I won't spend too much time. These are the key points. Only 2 points I'll make is don't underestimate enterprise. I said market where all my companies from fundraising point of view are a huge SME place, and we are the SME. That's good market. But enterprise will get you your first 100,000 users easily. And across the region, you can get your first 1 million to 2 million users easily at a very high. Forgotten segment, but it's a very good way to get moving. As long as you're smart about drawing clear lines so that your product is effective. The second thing I'll mention is that we have partnership strategies, like I mentioned, with our banks. But then when you're a startup, you don't have a lot of leverage. Whether it's a large SI company or a bank or whatever it may be, the ability to deal on your own and know that you're driving the deal is critically important. And our partnerships include a very strong relationship at the global level. American Express, these are big companies who wouldn't notice us, except for the fact that we were able to uniquely drive sales that they weren't able to get, numbers that they weren't able to achieve in a short period of time. And they care about it. And finally, think global. As I said, once you get a solution, I won't go through the case study, but we looked at Africa and looked at India. And we said, you know what? It's not business model, it's about as much as it is product. We were able to go very quickly in Africa. When we met the bank, they said, we so the company 5 years. When we closed the deal with the largest FMCG company that was highly customized, SAP integration, the CEO of MasterCard who came in to launch. It was a very big work that I was making. All of a sudden, you prove your worth. You become a close partner. And these guys only want 1 or 2 partners. And now, very, very quickly. That's it.
So I'm going to final speaker, Aruna Schwarz, please. They are into content transformation software, extracting intelligence from content. About using enterprise relationships as a leverage to sell more to SME. Here, Aruna is going to talk about another leverage model, how to leverage system integrator partnerships to reach the marketplace. And tell what they did was they leveraged early choice partners like Wipro. She's going to tell us what does it take to go down this particular path.
So as we have software, we automate everything that BPOs do by hand, like tracking, metadata, structuring, etc. We realized from the start the only way to scale up is to work with the SIs. Reinforcing all my fellow presenters. Enterprise is very important. References, trusted references, SMEs. And this is tough sale. It doesn't happen overnight. And again, personal networks, your co-founder networks, my own personal networks, and all of our customers are either in the US. They just started attacking the market. So the only way to scale up is through advice. Even resellers don't work because as a product company, your focus is innovation, building up your IP, and creating large delivery teams. And those delivery teams have to come from the SMEs. Again, it took a long time, engaged my entire delivery team of 2 people, a CTO, 1 more person, but it's worth that effort. They got a €150,000 license. And because of that, we got an inbound call from, I'm not saying the name, but one of the largest integrators in India for a defense project in the precise sector, documentation conversion. The advantage being my pre-sales, pre-sales, again, I cannot reinforce what all my fellow presenters said. Founder is the only factor.
We've run out of time. Hopeful that